Before we proceed, I want you to have a look at this map again. These are the BRICS countries, along with those who will join the bloc the next year. The countries in blue, that is UAE, Saudi Arabia, Iran, Egypt, Ethiopia, and Argentina, are the new members. Now, some experts in the West are calling this expansion a win, a great win for Beijing. With more countries on board, BRICS is close to becoming a global giant force, led by China. But what if I tell you that the second largest economy of BRICS, that is India, is not happy with this expansion? That is because the expansion has really put India in a tight spot. The reason is the economy. Now, on your screen is a global trade map that shows the global domination of trade by China and the US. China is in red and US is in blue. The scariest part is that all 6 nations that have been added to the bloc have China as their biggest trading partner. Here is one more insightful map for you. Just look at how China literally dominates the BRICS bloc on the economic front. Let's move on. Original members of BRICS like Brazil, South Africa and India had either skeptical or a balanced approach towards China. But look at the new members. Argentina, Ethiopia and Iran, along with oldie Russia, all are well aligned with China on global affairs. Even nations like the UAE and Saudi Arabia won't give it a second thought while preferring their ties with China above anything else. The equation now we have is, out of 11 BRICS plus countries, at least 6 of them are Beijing's allies, hardcore allies. Not to mention that China itself is also a part of this bloc, which takes the total votes for China to 7, a clear majority. That is what is the real threat for India. India indeed wants to pit itself as the leader of the global south, but China just would not let this happen. The agenda of the BRICS will now be set in Beijing. China would use BRICS to promote its yuan currency and global hegemony. Frankly speaking, BRICS Plus now does not look much different from the Shanghai Cooperation Organization or SCO. But hold on for a second. For BRICS to expand, all member nations must agree, which means India must have given the green light to this expansion. The question is, if BRICS expansion is really that bad for India, why would New Delhi agree to its expansion in the first place? Well, that is where things become interesting, and it may linked to the UN Security Council. Now, we know that out of P5 nations at the UNSC, 4 nations back India's bid to join the elite club, except for China. What if I tell you that it might really change soon? In the latest BRICS summit held in South Africa's Johannesburg last month, all 5 BRICS nations agreed to reform the UNSC to make it more efficient and effective. And that means China could soon drop its objections to India's entry into the elite club at the UNSC. To me, this looks like a marriage of convenience between China and India. China would back India's bid at UNSC, and India, on the other hand, would back BRICS expansion in favor of Beijing. Now, given that India has already stood by its promises, we can only hope China too stand by its words. Yeah, I know I'm expecting too much from China, but we don't have any other option either. Thanks for watching outright. Now you can subscribe to our channel for more such insightful videos on world affairs. See you in the next video.